last chance saloon for some teams over in the Europa Conference League this week, as of course it's the second legs of the quarterfinals. Who's going through? Who's going home? We're going to take a little look next. That's right, folks. Bouncing on a prediction video. Today we're taking a look at the Europa Conference League quarterfinal stage. It is, of course, the all-important second leg. Who's, of course, going to take their first leg advantage into the next round? Of course, we'll take a look at all of it in a second. Of course, if you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button. Back to all things Rovers related, Conference League related, world football related. We've got it all here, boys. Under one Ruski, that's right. Advantage, you would say, of course, Fiorentina with their impressive display against the Polish outfit, Lech. Poznań, they of course have their major upper hand with that massive away day win, of course, but very, very tight for the Hammers, of course, as they bring it back to London town. That's right, take on Gent in their second leg. So take a look at all of it in a second, of course. A big shout out to my VIPs. They are, of course, the patrons. You know who you are. If you want to check it all out, check out that link down below. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, all that kind of stuff. Down below, that's right. So let's get in the deep end, of course, and have a look at how I got on, and of course how you guys got on in the old grand scheme of things. All right, folks, here we are, of course, taking a look back at, of course, my first leg predictions, which I did pretty spectacular, that's right. I think I scooped up around about 28 points, back in the game, of course. The biggest points haul since match day number 6, of course, but how does that compare to you guys? Of course, we'll have a look at it, all of it in a second, of course. Before we get into it, then let's recap those matches. Right here and now with the opener, which of course a 1-1 draw between Gent and West Ham. Of course, I called it, lads. I called actually watched that game. Very, very tight game. Could have went either way. Gent dominated it. West Ham had a couple of good chances to snatch it. But in the end, 1-1 it was, and I got that one spot on the bloody nose, of course. Meanwhile, second game, Basel. They played Nice, which was a very, very nice victory for Nice. No, it wasn't. It was a draw, 2-2 in the end. Got 0 points on that one. I did actually go for the French outfit, but I don't know. Then there might have been some off-the-field matters maybe causing a bit of a stinker for this game, for Nice anyway. But that's the story for another day. Meanwhile, another top-notch prediction for me. Anderlecht with a big 2-0 win over AZ Alkmaar. And I played the booster on this son of a bitch. I got myself 16 points in total because I got it spot on the bloody nose. 2-0 it was, and 2-0 win it is. So good one for me on that one. And then wrapping up, Fiorentina with a big 2-1 win. That was my pick over Lech Poznań from Poland. 4-1 it was. And of course, I got the result right. Maybe the scoring a little bit off. But you know what? That ain't too shabby indeed. Of course, I'll take a look at how the league is shaping up. And again, I'm not really fussed about the league at the moment, but I am curious to see how I got on with the first legs. Of course I did. Yo, yes! Dirk is back! Dirk is bloody back! Fantastic. 28 points, top billings, ahead of the likes of Carl Mackie, who went with 27. Can we have a look at what Carl did? He went 1-1-2-2. Where did he go? He went with a draw there. We got 7 points there. You went with a win for Gent. Meanwhile, we went with a win for Anderlecht. You also copied me on the Fiorentina one. So not bad there, Kyle. Of course, he's kicking my ass in the old grand scheme of things, but look at that. That's it. I'm getting back to my best, back to my very best. But of course, it is too little, too late, because we seem to have a winner already, or maybe not. Of course, Nico ZT with 450 points for December 7, of course, with 421. Vincent's up there with 401. I am one of the biggest movers, up to 9th spot now. If I can break it to the top 5, I will take that all day long. But we've still got a few games to go, including the second legs. So let's not waste no more time, and of course, jump into the deep end about the second legs. Of course, here we go. We're coming at you now on a Friday morning, ahead of the weekend's game, so hopefully I'll be able to preview what's going on in domestic leagues as well as what's going on in this game as well. So let's kick it all off. AZ Alkmaar, I guess Anderlecht got a 2-0 deficit to turn around over in the Dutchlands, of course. AZ Alkmaar and Anderlecht have played each other 3 times now since 2012. 2 was AZ, 1 for Anderlecht. No draws, of course. AZ without a win in 4 now, 42% for them. Against the Anderlecht side, of course, unbeaten in the last 7 games. The last 6, they're 92% over. They're winning 5 and drawing just the one. The biggest win for Anderlecht, 2-0. Of course, the first leg. The biggest win for AC, just the 1-0. In fact, both sides scored 2 goals against each other over the course of those 3 games. Works out around 0.67 goals a game. Of course, the last time they played each other in Dutchlands was a 1-0 win for AZ. That will not be good enough for this one. That was back in 2012, the Europa League knockout stage, round of 32. Of course, heading into this match, of course, AZ Alkmaar taking on Sittard on the road. road. They're expected to win that game. Gent taking on Anderlecht, where they're expected to win that game as well. Anderlecht, they're also, they're not expected to beat Genk. It's not Gent, it's Genk with a K. Just want to reiterate that. Gent or Genk. Oof. It's going to trip me up about a few more times here before the end of this video here. But Genk are superior, especially at home. So difficult match for Anderlecht. But of course, let's talk about the game itself. 6-4 on it is, of course, AZ to win this leg and this leg alone. 14-5 is the draw. 4-1 is your away win. That is Anderlecht. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win here for AZ Alkmaar. And of course, according to my mind and my mathematics, that of course will send Anderlecht through 3-2 on aggregate. And of course, we will clarify all that in a second. Next, of course, Fiorentina against Lech Poznań coming at you out of Poland, but this game will be over in Italy. Played each other 3 times since 2015. 2 wins for Fiorentina, 1 for Lech Poznań, 0 draws. Lech Poznań, though, 1 defeat in the past 6. Not too shabby form, 67% form for them heading into this. Of course, Fiorentina, though, unbeaten in the last 13 games, 32% form for them over the last 6, winning 5 and drawing just the 1. Of course, the biggest win, of course, 4-1 win was the first leg. Biggest win for Lech Poznań, 2-1 win, of course. The Polish outfit scored 3 goals compared to Fiorentina, 7 over the course of those 3 games. Works out around 1 goal a game for Lech Poznań, 2.33 goals a game for Fiorentina. Of course, last time I played each other over in Italy, it was a 2-1 win for Lech Poznań way back in October 2015. That was the one and only win, but that was in the group stages of the Europa League way back when. Of course, Lech Poznań taking on Legia Warsaw this weekend. They're expected to lose. They're on the road. Fiorentina taking on Atalanta. It's going to be a tight game, fine margins, but of course, Fiorentina with that unbeaten run expected to edge out and take the W on that one as well. The odds here, 10-3 on is your Fiorentina, 92 is the draw, and 15-2 is, of course, your away win here. We are backing Fiorentina here. We're going to go with a 2-0 win. The popular vote, 34% of the vote, have gone for the 2-0 W. Next, of course, we have Nice with a very, very nice matchup against Basel, of course, from the Swiss Premier League, whatever they call it. These two sides played just the one time. It was the reverse fixture, and of course, we'll talk about that shortly. Nice, though, just 1 win in 6 for them, 50% form for them. Up against Basel, also on 50% form, 1-2 lost to and drawn to over the last 6. Of course, their only fixture was that 2-2 draw, the reverse fixture, and of course, that was over in Switzerland. Meanwhile, Basel taking on Young Boys Bern this weekend. They're expected to lose that one, of course, but that's over in Basel. Take a look at the odds now, shall we? Of course, for this game, Nice, of course, coming at you 2-1 on for the victory over in La France, of course. Basel 30-2. The draw is at 3-1 at the moment on this one. Tighter call, of course, from the first leg's draw, but we're going to back the Frenchies with a 1-0 win. Going with the popular vote again, 30%. 1-0 win, jobs are good. And finally, of course, back over to London. It's West Ham, of course, taking on Gent, of course, from Belgium after a thrilling first leg, which had pretty much everything you would want, even some VAR drama, but of course, in the end, it all square over in La Belgium, of course. Now, these two sides played each other just the one time, of course. It was that draw. West Ham coming to this on 1 defeat of the past 6, despite their precarious form over in the Premier League. 67% form for them right now. Gent, of course, without a defeat in the last 8. However, back-to-back draws, of course. 83% form for them heading into this. Of course, the previous fixture was that 1-1 draw. Gent taking on Mechelen, of course, over in the Europa League. They're expected to win that game on the bloody road. Whereas West Ham taking on Arsenal over at the London Stadium. They're expected to lose that as well coming into this one. Could be a bit of a hangover, maybe, or at least trying to bounce back from that heavy defeat. Of course, the odds is 7-4 on is your Hammers. Of course, 14-5 is your draw, 5-1 is your way. And I think West Ham at home are going to be a different beast, and they might even use a strength and such. So I'm going to go big on this one. 3-1 win. Gent will score, give them a bit of a hope, but ultimately they will fall just a little short in the end, of course. Now that's the state of play in my picks. Ultimately, with my predictions in hand, these are the teams that I think will make it through to the semi-finals. We do think and we do think Anderlecht, of course. So looks like West Ham will take on another Belgian outfit in Anderlecht, of course, in double header there. Fiorentina, who I think are favoured to win it, taking on Nice in the semi-finals. But it's actually quite a tasty looking semi-finals, of course. And the odds right here, right now, as we head into this one, Lech Poznań 250-1, massive goal difference to turn around in the second leg. Basel 25-1, even Stevens against Nice. Gent 25-1, AZ Alkmaar 9-1, Anderlecht 8-1, Nice 10-3, Fiorentina 5-2. West Ham are favourite to win this, but of course, if I was a bet man, I'd put my money on Fiorentina right now to go the bloody distance. That, my friends, is what I've got for you. Of course, make sure you check out the links down below, Twitter, Facebook, and all that kind of stuff. Of course, there is a prediction league out there. You can have a crack with it, getting amongst it, but of course, it might be too little, too late to go out and win the pissing thing. Hopefully we'll be back with some more videos very, very soon. A lot of watch-alongs between now and the end of the season. Things will be, of course, get a bit hectic at the end of the season, but of course next season will be absolutely fantastic right here at Blackburn Overseas. Till then, subscribe, thumbs up, and of course I'll see you soon for the next.